Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Prof Otaku and welcome back to my channel. You know, manga collecting is weird. Series and volumes will go out of print for no rhyme or reason, and it's just so frustrating as a collector. But sometimes you're able to find those hidden gems or find those steals, and it's the most exciting thing in the world. So today we are taking a look at the rarest volumes in my collection. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get started with this little mini collection showcase here. A little disclaimer, all the prices that I've researched are based off of eBay listings, sold prices, and also Amazon prices. And these are also based on my personal opinions as well. So first things first, I want to show you guys some non-manga stuff that I have that is out of print and rare, or just stuff that I really enjoyed to have. This first thing here is the Violet Evergarden limited edition box set put out by Funimation. This was put out in, I think, somewhere in fall of 2020. And what happened was they didn't print enough. The demand was too high, the supply was too low, and I think Funimation just got blindsided. It immediately went out of stock. It runs for about, right now on the used market, we're looking at around $450 to $600 in like new condition. So yeah, this is definitely a pricey box set. Next up are two art books. I don't think I've shown them up close on the channel before, but these are my Naoki Urasawa art books that you guys see in the backgrounds of my videos. So this is a guidebook from 2016, and then this is the big prized possession. This is, from my memory, it's from 2008, but this is the actually official art book, hardcover edition. And as you can see, I'll open it up here so you guys can see, but it's got all of this absolutely amazing artwork here from Naoki Urasawa in full color. Really cool. But yeah, this art book right here, these art books you can only get in Japan. There's no stateside release for these. This art book here runs for about $80, and then you've got to obviously get it shipped from Japan, and you can't really get it new, so this is a used copy. Other than the slipcover having a little rip here, the actual book itself is in fantastic condition. This guidebook here runs for about $60. This is really cool. Obviously, I can't read Japanese, but it's a lot of interviews and stuff, some actual art, but mainly it's more of a guidebook through his entire series. So yeah, very interesting. Let me know down in the comments if you just want to see a video of me kind of flipping through these books. I'm more than happy to show them off. All right, let's move on to the manga now. Since we're on the Naoki Urasawa train, let's start with Naoki Urasawa's 20th Century Boys. This is the singles. Obviously, they're printing the perfect editions right now. I highly recommend you pick this series up. It's a suspenseful psychological thriller, spans several decades, super creepy, super intense, absolutely love it. This volume here, volume 17, is honestly the rarest volume probably in the series, and this will run you for about $70 to $100 in good condition, and so that's based on prices on eBay. Then we've got volume 19. This is a little bit of a less rare volume, but it's still going to run you about $60 to $80 here, so it's still a hefty price for just a single volume. And then we've got 21st Century Boys volumes 1 and 2. Pricing wise, volume 1 is not as difficult to find as 2. You can find volume 1 for about $50 to $70, but volume 2 is definitely pretty tricky to find, especially just on the used market. It rarely comes up. When it does, you're looking to probably spend about $100 to maybe $150. So yeah, it's definitely, this one's a bit pricey. All right, next up is a very interesting set. This is the original singles run of Astro Boy by Osamu Tezuka. These are the singles, which is really cool. I found a complete set on eBay, but so these are the hardest to find volumes. Volumes 1, volume 2, volume 11, and volume 22. This was released by Dark Horse, and they released it in 2002, and then obviously the singles went out of print. Then they released an omnibus version sometime in the 2010s. That went out of print too. Great job, Dark Horse. You're really nailing it. I'd be interested to see if they do a re-release of Astro Boy. I think a lot of people would pick this up. Anyway, Astro Boy, this volume 1 is one of the more rare volumes in the series. This can go anywhere from $20 to $50. Astro Boy volume 2 can go anywhere from $20 to $50 in new condition like new. Volume 11 is interesting. As I did research on this, there's no like used listings for this. I can't find it on Amazon or eBay, so no price reference for this. I'd be curious to see how much this one is. And last but not least is volume 22. This can run you anywhere from $20 to $28. Not too much, about double the cover price, but still, you know, it's a good chunk. Next up is a hefty boy. This is the Tokyo Ghoul Monster Edition. This is volume contains 1, 2, and 3. This is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive, and so Viz obviously had Barnes & Noble's go ahead and print these huge monster editions, very similar to the Kodansha Attack on Titan Colossal Edition. So in terms of paper quality, everything like that, this is severely out of print. There are really very rarely used listings coming up. This book is selling for around $400 to $600. If you're lucky, you can find it for like $100 on Manga Swap if you know, everybody and their mother is looking for this right now. But yeah, so the Tokyo Ghoul Monster Edition. Thanks Yoni for selling this to me a year ago. We did a little trade and I got this for a really great price. But yeah, really happy to have this fantastic edition of Tokyo Ghoul. I have all 5 of the monster editions. So yeah, Tokyo Ghoul Monster Edition 1, 2, 3. Next up is a series that I'm very proud to show. It's a series I've talked about a lot on my channel, and a lot of you have expressed interest on picking up, and that is Barakamon. Barakamon is an island slice of life paradise story about a man trying to find himself with a bunch of rural villagers, and just their story together as he grows up and he develops his own personal life as a calligrapher. Fantastic story, absolutely love it, but obviously it's out of print. So volume 2 is the least expensive. This will run you about $20. Not too bad, but you know, these are all based off of Right Stuff saying that they're no longer available. So Yen Press is obviously notified Right Stuff that they are not printing these anymore, but some of them are still available in some situations, like on Amazon and stuff like that. Volume 7 will run you about $40. Barakamon Volume 9. This is an interesting one. You're either gonna, at least for right now, the listing prices are ridiculous, anywhere from $700 to $900. I know on eBay a couple have sold for $20 to $40. So if you can find Volume 9, good luck. Volume 10 is an interesting one. Like Astro Boy, there's no listings on Volume 10. I couldn't find any used books available anywhere. No reference pricing. So yeah, Volume 10 is an interesting one. Be curious to see how much that is worth. Volume 11 can run you anywhere from $50 to the highest used price right now listing is $600. Expect to pay somewhere between $50 and $100 probably for this volume. Volume 13 is another one. Just like Volume 10, there's no listings on this. Very hard to find, no reference prices. Volume 15 here will run you about $40 to $60. This is one of the more rare ones to find though, interesting enough. So this is kind of a cheap price for a harder to find manga. Volume 16 here is the last volume in the series that's out of print, $20 to $40. So this one is not too bad. Volume 18 has also just been changed to out of print as well, but you can still buy it on Amazon for cover price. So if you're looking for the series, definitely pick that one up, as it's probably going to go out of print pretty soon. Next up is one of my favorite anime that I'm currently watching right now. This is Gintama, the manga. So this is volume 21 and volume 16. This is a 23 volume series that got discontinued in English. I think right now it's up to 70. I think it finished at 77 volumes in Japan. These two are the rarest volumes, and on Amazon they are said to be out of stock and they have no idea when it's coming back. It's up in the air whether this series itself is out of print or just out of stock. There's no reference prices on these two volumes for used prices. Everything else you can get relatively cheap. But these two are definitely the hardest to find for sure. So next up is manga from one of my favorite mangaka of all time, Satoshi Mizukami. This is Spirit Circle. This is a 6-volume series, and volume 4 and 1 are out of print, but volume 4 is the worst right now. This is definitively out of print. This volume itself will run you anywhere between $40 and $60, but sometimes on eBay, the paper model store will have full sets of this with remainder marks on it, just like that, and you can get it for a really, really good good prices. The next series, of course, is an infamous one. This is Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. So this is a 10-volume series released in 5 omnibuses by 7 Seas. Volume 7, 8, or the omnibus number 4, this has recently gone out of print. When I first started collecting the series, you could get this one for like 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. This one now is running you for about $40 to $80 now. So it's definitely getting up there in price. And then obviously the infamous Volume 3-4. This omnibus is the hardest to find by far. You can find this one anywhere between $100 and $150, more towards $150 to be honest with you, in like new condition. So as you can see, my volume here is in absolutely perfect condition. And then the last one, which is a little bit easier to find but still harder to find than the 4th omnibus, this is 1-2. This one will run you anywhere between $75 and $100 for a great condition book. So overall, definitely check my review out on this. I love this series, in my top 5 for sure. Absolutely hilarious. Love the world, love the battles. Really, really cool. Next up is a series I just recently picked up. This is Rave Master by Hiro Mishima, the creator of Fairy Tail. And so this is a 35-volume series released by Tokyo Pop and Del Rey. This whole series is out of print, but most of the volumes you can find for relatively cheap, but it's definitely hard to find them in fantastic condition like these ones are. These 3 are the most expensive volumes for sure on the used market. Volume 27, I mean, basically all of these will run you about $100 to $150 in like new condition. So if you can find them, definitely try to grab them. But overall, actually, I just think the whole series is hard to piece together. It's one of the top 10 most expensive series to collect just because it's so hard to piece it together. So yeah, Rave Master, definitely one I'm excited to have in my collection. Next up is one of my first out of print series I ever bought, and this is Battle Royale. And so the hard volumes to find are 10 to 15, the later volumes. This is the predecessor to the Americanized version of Hunger Games. Very gory, very action packed, super good. Absolutely loved it. Love that this is a release by Tokyo Pop, so obviously, you know, this is definitely a harder one to find. Volume 10, basically all these volumes are not like crazy. We're not talking 3 digits, but they're definitely up there. Volume 10 is the easiest one to find. You can find this for around $30 to $50. Volume 11 here will cost you about $50, 50, 60 bucks. Volume 12 will cost you anywhere from $40 to $80. Volume 13 will be about 50, 60. So this one's not too bad. And then you've got volume 14. This can run you pretty cheap, expensive, you know, 60 to maybe even 80 bucks, up to 80 bucks. Volume 15 is not too bad. This one's running you about $50. So yeah, definitely this back half of the series is an expensive one to find if you're trying to piece it together. Your best bet is to go ahead and find this as a complete set. And don't even talk to me about those Ultimate Editions. Oh my gosh, at this point they're running for anywhere from $600 to over $1,000. So it's a little nuts. Okay, last up is 4 manga that you can honestly probably find on the used market pretty cheaply, like below cover price, but they're interesting because they're just variants of volume 1s. So this is the Black Clover volume 1 Loot Crate edition, and the difference is that, you know, the original cover has only Asta and Yuno or Yoni. Gosh, I gotta look up the name. I think it's and then you've got the other 2 side characters that are added into this variant cover. So yeah, very fun Loot Crate edition volume. Then we've got Ancient Maggot's Bride. This is the volume 1 Loot Crate edition. Definitely a very different cover than the original volume 1. I'll throw it kind of over here so that you guys can see what it looks like. But yeah. And then we've got the Akibento exclusive Fire Force Volume 1. Honestly, one of my favorite covers in my collection because the whole series has white covers, and then this one has a black cover. So I wish that the whole series was printed like this because honestly, this looks way more sick than white and red. So yeah, this is definitely, I think you can buy this from Akibento. So I definitely recommend you check it out if you like Fire Force. Last but not least is the Loot Crate edition of Your Lie in April. I will throw the original cover over here, but this is definitely a very different cover. Really, really beautiful. Really happy to have this. But yeah, you can pick these all up under retail, probably on eBay. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're a fan of any of these series. So there you go. That's all the rare manga in my collection. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me show them off. You know, leave a comment down below. What is some rare manga that you have in your collection as well? As always, like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.